So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Wild in the Streets, 1968. I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. I hated this flick. Mark Dice, aka John Connor, told people to watch this movie because a bunch of Democrats, Bolsheviks from New York want to lower the voting age to 16 so that climate change activists and wokester people from age 16 and 17 will vote Democrat. Well, they did the was it the 24th or 26th Amendment to the Constitution, which is lowered the voting age to 18, and that was in 1971. 26th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. So that's what this movie is about. It's 1968, 3 years prior to the 26th Amendment. And it starts out with this Max kid growing up in the late 50s, growing up in the 50s, really. He becomes by the time he's a teenager, he becomes a flower child, folk, pop, hippie singer, 1968. And he's demanding that the voting age be lowered to 14 or there's going to be violence in the streets.
NAP violation.
Either do what I say or else. Sort of like a block.
Under my permission.
I've got a big piece of hair hanging out. So Mark Dice, aka John Connor, wants people to watch this movie to realize the cultural danger of lowering the voting age to 16 present day. 52 years after this movie was actually made. So he likes to talk about the Illuminati and cultural Hollywood influence on politics. So that's his bag. Anyways, a lot of people watch the movie on YouTube because Mark Dice told them to. I guess is what I'm trying to say. John Connor was his name on MySpace back in the day. Then he changed it to Mark Dice. Anyway, it's got a lot of big names: Shelley Winters, Diane, Varsi, Holbrook, Millie, Perkins. Richard Pryor plays the drummer in the hippie band Stanley X. I guess that's a play on Malcolm X. And then you've got Gary Busey, Dick Clark, Bill Mumy, and Barry Williams plays the young Max. Hey, Adrian, welcome to my chat room. I'm giving this one 1 out of 5 stars. This one was real piece of poop. Wild in the Streets, 1968 AIP. Oh, I'll have to check that out and see if it's on Netflix. Richard Pryor Live. He plays the drummer in the hippie band. He plays Stanley X in this one. 1968, very young Richard Pryor. Anyways, so Max goes on this campaign to lower the voting age to 14. The Democrat senator who's looking for the young vote, I guess he's trying to follow the coattails of the Kennedy family and get the young vote. So he wants to lower the voting age to 18. So Max gets his hippie band member who's age the oldest one, who's age 25, to I know Richard Pryor was a stand-up comedian. He was I think he did a lot of cocaine back in the 80s. Richard Pryor. Anyways, getting back to the movie, so Max gets his oldest 25-year-old to run for Congress somewhere in Los Angeles, Southern California, and she wins. So she brings her little hippie musical instrument, and she starts demanding an amendment to the Constitution allowing 14-year-olds and up to run for Congress or the president.
They're going to say, babies better do it now.
Yeah, that's what the end of the movie was like. These 10-year-olds were going, who needs 24-year-olds?
Well, you can have kids that don't have a properly functioning brain.
You could have kids fishing for crawdads running the government. And, oh man, what a horrible movie. It gets worse from there. Okay, so in order to pass the congressional, the constitutional amendment to lower the age to become eligible to be a politician, they spike the water supply with LSD. So all of the Congress critters are high as a kite on LSD while they're voting on this constitutional amendment. And there's like an escort of young band members who are raising their arms up for them when they vote. And then Max becomes president by a landslide. The only state that doesn't vote for Max was Hawaii, which is kind of unlikely. I guess they weren't counting on the silent majority who voted for Nixon. Anyways, Nixon was a disaster. He was kind of like a redemo publicrat.
Wasn't he the person who destroyed the gold standard?
Yeah, he did away with the gold standard in 71, I think. the year that the voting age was lowered. A lot of bad things happened in 71. He created the Environmental Protection Agency. He opened the door with Mao Zedong in China. That's how mommy got to move here. And I don't think it's a bad thing opening the door to China, but he did get a little too cozy with the butcher of Beijing there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
There's a photo of him with this Chinese commie dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what else Nixon said we're all Keynesians now. In other words, we have to worship Keynesian economics. So he was kind of a Democrat in Republican clothes. I guess you could say Richard Nixon. And
he was a center left.
yeah, he was he wanted to get the young vote like Holbrook in this movie. So he hung out with Elvis, who was also high as a kite, going in the White House unannounced, telling everybody he wanted to be a DEA drug enforcement agent. Then he ended up gifting Nixon a pistol. And there's a famous picture of Nixon and Elvis shaking hands in the White House. Big photo op for the young vote. Hey, so it's Karate Man's back. So like I said, the movie continues to get worse after Max becomes president. He sends everybody over the age of 35 to FEMA camp and starts beefing up the Project MK Ultra CIA secret project, where they forcibly
Violate the NAP.
they forcibly get these 35 and up people in the FEMA camps to ingest LSD, and so they're in this. Next movies. Okay, what do we got here? We got Born Wild, aka Young Animals, also from 1968. The POW, The Escape, 1986. Shock 'em Dead, 1991. Musketeers Forever, 1998. Full-Time Killer, 2001. Naked Killer, 1992. And The Night Visitor, 1971. I just returned all my Netflix DVDs, but I got some more Jackie Chan coming. Hopefully Saturday they'll arrive, but I'm not holding my breath. And I don't know when I'm getting Charlie Chan at the opera. But I think I got Rush Hour 2 and Police Story coming. Rush Hour is pretty decent. Tingite Forbidden Subjects. Okay. Charles Bronson. I'll see if I can find it. But I took another long nap. So I'm kind of falling behind again today. Took another 2-hour nap almost. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ever since I stopped doing the energy drink, now all I want to do is sleep. Sleazy action movie. Okay. We'll see if I can find it. Yeah, I got Police Story, and which is 1985, Jackie Chan, Hong Kong, and then Rush Hour 2, more recent Jackie Chan, and Chris Tucker together again. Buddy Cops on Vacation in Hong Kong. Sort of picks up where the first one ended. And man, this movie is horrible. Wild in the Streets. Murphy's Law, I couldn't find. I found it on YouTube, but it was like $15, so I didn't buy it. The rental fee. Anyways, that's the end of my review. Good to see both of you in my chat room. It's painful to watch. It was torture.
You know, different torture method.
Ancient Chinese torture wild in the streets. Later.